Hey guys, Lexi here. So I made another gimmick deck for Rogue. It's all about copying your opponent's class cards. I call it Copycat Rogue. The idea is to use their own class cards against them as the win condition. Now the highlights for the video are going to be separated into two videos because I don't want to make the video too long. The matches I've had with this deck are just absolutely insane, and I'm not even like exaggerating. Some of the funnest and craziest outcomes I've had in Hearthstone is with this deck. It's one of my most favorite decks I've made so far. As far as ladder and ranking up, this is obviously not the ideal deck for that. It can actually be frustrating to play at times, especially early in the season. When I first queued in, it was the 1st of May, so it was actually the first day of the season. But I was getting wins at like rank 13 or so. So the main idea is to use Undercity Huckster, Burgle, and Nefarian to get class cards, and there's also one gang up in the deck, so you can use it on their minion, or you can also use it for your own minion if you want. The playstyle takes some time to get used to, because it plays very differently from rogue decks. It's definitely more based towards control. I'll go over the cards and the card choices here. So backstab, obviously, that's pretty much the staple for rogue. Preparation, there's no sprinting in here, so you want to prep Burgle if you can, or like Fan of Knives. Also, you can play Nefarian and then prep whatever class cards you get from him. Deadly Poison, definitely good for controlling the board early. Obviously Eviscerate, and here's the one gang up that I have on here. I definitely wouldn't run two. It's just a waste of the card most of the time. If it goes to like a long game against like Priest or Warrior, then gang up is definitely helpful, but a lot of the times it doesn't help you that much. It just kind of really depends how the game goes. Thalnos is also really good for all the spell damage, plus Phantom Knives on here. Cut Purse, so you want to be able to get as many coins as you can from Cut Purse, because the coin is pretty much like free mana. So if you like Burgle, then you could use a couple coins to play whatever spell you got out of it. So it's just kind of like a mana resource type of thing. He's gonna die most of the time, but if you can get 1 or 2 coins out of him, he can definitely have like some sort of snowball effect. Undercity Huckster, obviously, then Burgle. I just put one Fan of Knives here. You definitely want to mulligan this against Warlocks and maybe Paladins as well. Then I have 2 Earthen Ring Farseers here just because health is really important. You're going to be controlling the board a lot with your weapon, so you're going to be taking a lot of phase damage. 2 SI Agent to control the board a little bit more, and 1 Refreshment Vendor as well. I tried 2 Refreshment Vendor, but I think that was a little too much for me. But yeah, health is definitely needed. If we were playing in Wild, then I'd definitely put in like 2 heal bots in here. We also have 1 Tomb Pillager. I tried 2 Tomb Pillager, and it wasn't really working out that well. Tomb Pillager is better for like the classic Miracle Rogue, because by like turn 4 or turn 5, when you get Tomb Pillager, the coin becomes a lot less relevant. It's relevant with Cut Purse at like turn 3 and 4, but like later in the game, Tomb Pillager, the coin, it doesn't really have that much effect. There's also Assassinate on here. I put Assassinate because instead of Sap, because you want to control the board. If you notice, I don't have any Sap on here, which is kind of crazy for Rogue, but Sap gives you tempo. What you want is like control value play, so I put an Assassinate on here just so you can get rid of whatever big minion they have. Just make sure you want to use it on like a really big minion, because the other ones on here can take care of pretty much any like other minion, like Eviscerate, can kill Azure Drake and stuff like that. And a lot of these guys can also, like SI Agent plus Eviscerate, they can trade and do like damage. So you definitely want to use Assassinate on when you absolutely have to. Azure Drake, definitely a must. You get a solid body, card draw. Spell damage is nice too. I don't really take advantage of the spell damage too much with it, but the card draw is definitely really nice, as well as the body and the board. Now Shadowcaster on in the deck, it definitely works with pretty much all the cards on here. You can get some sort of use on, except for maybe like Cut Purse. So like Undercity Huckster, definitely really good. SI Agent, Earthen Ring, definitely good cards for Shadowcaster. We also have Gadgetzan Auctioneer. There's only one Gadgetzan Auctioneer in here, and I'm actually debating on whether to take him out because I wanted card draw, and Gadgetzan was a pretty good cycle, but again, it's not a Miracle Rogue, so you don't you're not necessarily like needing to cycle. If you can cycle 2 or 3 cards in one turn out of this thing, then that's fine. Like definitely 3 cards is probably ideal, but it's not the typical rogue where you want to, you know, run through your deck in like one turn. Also Sylvana is definitely one of the MVP in the deck, and it kind of goes along with the copycat theme since you're trying to steal their minion. It definitely works really well against, or not against, with Shadowcaster, but it's a hard setup because you do need to have Sylvanas to live for a turn and Shadowcast it. There's also Nefarian on here, obviously. I've gotten like Shadowcaster off of Nefarian a couple times, but that's like a really greedy play. And like I said before, you can play Nefarian, and if you have preparation, you can prep whatever they have and play it on the same turn. That's pretty much the whole deck. If you guys like the video, give me a like or comment down below, and please subscribe. I hope you like this deck as much as I do, and be sure to watch the highlights if you haven't already. It's going to be linked in the description below, and have a good day.
Valera versus Jaina.
So we got a mage matchup.
You asked for it. Watch your...
If it's tempo mage, he'll be pretty fun. If it's freeze mage, then I think we'll probably lose pretty badly. If it was another class, I actually would have considered keeping Thalamus on there, but he can, like with mage, he can just ping it. Looking like a pretty decent hand, actually. Oh, yeah, that's actually pretty nice. I'm kind of like tempted to coin out Huxer and play Huxer, and I can prep Burgle. So I personally don't think we'll have like a problem playing on curve, just because we'll get like 4 random cards, plus obviously like the minion itself. So I think coining out that time would be okay. We'll wait on using Prep and Burgle. I mean, this is like, these two combines basically like 2 free cards in a way. Nice lands. I think that would be a good time to use it. I can just attack him and use Deadly Poison, but then I'll get pinged next turn, and I wouldn't have a board. Yeah, it's kind of my only play. Like, I'd rather take 2 damage than him have like full mana to use next turn, because right now I probably would want to ping it. Okay, that's okay. We'll use Effigy, because if I play Servant, then there's a lot of good 5-drops out there, so we'll see what we can get. Let's just hope he doesn't like kill himself, because then Effigy won't activate, and Effigy is gonna be used on like Cut Purse or something later on. Spell damage would be really good right now. That's alright. I guess we can play Yogg first, and so he has more chances of hitting. If I backstab something, then there's more chances it's gonna hit me. Sweet. Alright. Backstab that. So board-wise and hand-wise, we're looking really good. I mean, the hand's not like superb, but I know I have a good chance of 4 drops and 5 drops here that I could get. Okay, I do want effigy to activate, so I don't want to I don't want him to die.
So many options.
I'll play Fan of Knives, attack and eviscerate. Unless I get something good off of Fan of Knives, then I might have to use that one instead. But we got another eviscerate, which is definitely a good thing.
Here we go.
Because if I had rammed into it, then I wouldn't have a minion, and effigy won't activate. So then we're gonna have to like play catch up, and we can't really play catch up with these cards. I mean, this is just a stall, and it's like a deterrent. So we'll eviscerate that too. That's fine. We're starting to definitely have a better hand here. Yogg-Saron, Servant of Yogg-Saron really helped out. Killed the free minion. So either like one of these are both 5 drops obviously, so I'm fine with effigy. Working on it. Looks like it's gonna happen though. Forbidden Flame for 4.
I feast upon
Nice. Yeah, that's at least we got stat line. I mean, Death Fact is obviously not going to activate, but I think I had a better chance of getting a 5 drop that wasn't stat line. So I think that was a good thing. Oh, if I played Shadowcaster, I might get Flame Striked. But I think he would have used Flame Strike that last turn if he really wanted to. But then we do have Spellbender. Oh, actually, that doesn't work on Flame Strike though. Okay, we'll grab one of these guys.
Here we go.
And I'm gonna attack with this one, since if I attack with Servant, then he's just gonna get pink next turn.
You win this.
Oh, okay. That was pretty good. We pretty much had like a lot of answers for a lot of his stuff. I think the Servant of Yogg-Saron was like the MVP there. Pretty much kind of made us have the lead.